you all so much for coming out tonight. It's great to see so many faces and get to know all of you. I look forward to really getting to know everyone out when the golf course is open and we're in season and everything like that. There's so much excitement, as there should be, pent up, and we're super thrilled for tonight to kind of get the ball rolling and keep this project moving right along. Couple quick things going over tonight. Just going to introduce my staff, go over our 2026 men's tournament schedule, a little brief handicap information, a little update on the city of Westfield's cart policies, introducing Caleb, and then getting a little update and a few more updates on the 2026 golf season. So let's dive right into it with updating my staff here. So for those of you I haven't met yet, I'm Jack Hoover, new director of golf here. Actually, it's my 45th day on the job, and I'm loving it and really grateful to be here. And can't wait to continue. Before I was here, I was a lead assistant at Crooked Stick Golf Club here in town. And then prior to Crooked Stick, I was a lead assistant at Highland as well here in town. So got some indie roots, got a kid on the way, and I can't wait for the family to keep growing. Up next, we've got Brett. Brett's our lead assistant here. Brett is one of our 3 returners. Yeah. Going to be leaning on Brett pretty heavily this year. Brett's going to be our tournament director, so we're going to be working closely with him to make sure that our tournaments are an enjoyable experience for everybody. And then Brett and I will be working together closely for our daily golf experience, make sure everybody's having a good time and enjoying their time here at Bridgewater. Up next, we've got Andy Oakes. Andy's right over here. Andy's currently up at Coyote Crossing up in Lafayette. Yeah. As you can see by his jacket, Andy previously worked with TaylorMade. He was a club fitter there, very knowledgeable, someone that if you have any club fitting questions, Andy would be a great resource to go to. Andy's first day is going to be March 2nd, so he hasn't quite come on board yet, but we're getting really close. Next up, we got Bennett McIntyre. Bennett and I worked together at Highland. Yeah, Bennett. Bennett and I worked together at Highland for a number of years. He was one of their outside operations managers. He's getting into the PGA program, so we're pumped to have him here. Great hard worker and someone that we're going to enjoy being around. Up next, we have Miss Callie. Very grateful to have Callie working here this year. She is coming to us from Olympia Fields Country Club up in Chicago. She was the lead. Oh, yeah. She was the lead assistant up there and their kind of director of women's golf, self-proclaimed title she gave herself, but she killed it up there. Before Olympia Field, she was up at Hazeltine National up in Minnesota, which is, they've hosted about every championship you can, whether it's a PGA championship, a Ryder Cup, or pretty much every USGA championship. So some great pedigree there. I'm excited to have Callie on. She'll be coming on staff on April 16th. After she comes back from Augusta National working the Masters Golf Tournament. She's been involved down there for 5 years, overseeing their women's merchandise in the North Golf Shop, which is their main golf shop. So she's going to have a busy 10 days, 11 days, whatever it is down there. Moving on, we have Evan Parker. Evan is not with us tonight. Evan is currently down in Naples, Florida, enjoying the sunshine. So Evan is currently working at Twin Eagles Country Club down there with a number of our members here. He's also in the Florida Gulf Coast PGA Golf Management Program. So he's graduating on May 2nd.
High school?
From Kayak. Graduating May 2nd, and then we're planning to get him on board here on May 10th. So going to get him rolling right away, but super excited. And then we've also got Mike Abbott coming back. It's going to be Abbott's 25th year as our director of instruction. So we're super excited for his continued support. And then last but most certainly not least, behind me, we have Kyle Clay. Kyle's going to be our outside operations manager. It's going to be his 3rd season in that role. And I look forward to working closely with Kyle to make sure that our outside operations team is providing a great service day in and day out. So that's our staff. I'll have Brett come on up. We're going to talk about our men's events this year. If anyone didn't get it, we had a little pamphlet on the back table that highlights everything. If you have any questions, raise your hand. We'll hand them out. Here you go. Hand me half of that.
Yes, you can. Got one. Hey, anybody else need a packet? Bob? Bob, we will get you one. All right. So just obviously going to go over a couple things for this upcoming year as far as our tournament schedule. So starting off, our first kind of kickoff event is going to be our season-long match play. So obviously, with the course, with our delayed opening, all of our matches are going to start on June 15th. Okay, so we're going to allow everyone to have a little bit of time to play the course, let the course, let you guys have some experience there. And then all of our events will start on June 15th. So it's going to be standard practice, same thing that we've done in years past for these season-long brackets. Okay.
Yep.
So easy enough. So then our June 26th schedule, obviously there's not going to be a whole lot because of our delayed opening, but we did push up member this year. So going into this year, June 26th and 27th is going to be our men's member. So we basically swapped member and member guest from years past.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Members always a highlight of mine. You know, you got all the members on property. Everybody is just, that camaraderie of that event is top tier in my opinion, and we'll continue to do that this year.
No one has better uniforms than John Trice and Jeff Tucker. They won last year. Yeah, racing suits.
That's pretty good.
Fair.
That's good.
That's fair. All righty. So going into July now. So obviously going in, if you see on the packet here, we'll have Beat the Pro on July 18th. So we're going to try and get that to where you guys have enough money in the pockets, still buy some merchandise in here. But
we don't plan on giving that money away for free. We're going to try to fight for it.
I was going to say, it also
we're playing hard.
Gives us some time to get our game changed.
But we are playing the Black Tee, so it's not like we're playing up. It's going to be full golf course.
Yeah.
So bring it on. We're ready for a challenge that day.
We do have one Thursday afternoon event, so that'll be our Texas Shamble on July 23rd. I know we've had it in the past. It's done well. It's been a very, very well attended event in the past, so hopefully going to continue that this year.
And then I'll jump in. Yeah, we got our Fold of Honor event coming back this year. Really excited about this opportunity again. We had it last year, kind of threw it together fairly last minute, but this year we're excited to have a little bit more time to truly get prepared for it. So way we're going to kick off this, it's going to be a couple day, that Friday, Saturday, right? So Friday evening, we're going to have a cocktail reception, be able to hear from a lot of the Fold of Honor Foundation recipients, a couple other testimonials. It's been a really powerful evening. And then the following day will be our golf day of that. Again, that's going to be an open tee sheet. So go out. There's no block on the tee sheet that day. You're playing golf. We'll have a donation incorporated with it, and look forward to really being able to make a difference in a lot of lives here in the Indiana community locally. So that's really something we're really excited to bring back this year. And then moving on, we got our invitational coming up. It's going to be the end of July 29th through October 1.
August 1.
Sorry, August 1.
I'll tell you,
That would be a long invitational.
Don't know how many will make it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But anyway, really great. We're excited for that. Sign up for that lottery is open. So the member guest lottery is going to close on March 9th at 5 p.m. So if you're wanting to play in that, please make sure you're signed up before that. Then we'll do the draw that following week and get everything out with the, who's in, what the wait list looks like, and how we can make the best event of the year.
And if anyone has trouble signing up for that through the app, email one of us and we'll be able to get you into that lottery. Yeah. So then going into August is really our club championship month. So we're going to have obviously you see the last day of the invitational, but then we're going to have the ladies club championship and senior club championship on the same days. So we're going to have those incorporated into kind of the same day for you guys. And then following that up. Oh yeah, sorry. So new this year, we are going to incorporate a silver tee
For our senior club,
for the
senior club championship.
So we've heard some different asks, and we were trying to help respond in that regard and help everyone play in more events and enjoy it to the most of your ability. So that silver tee is going to be a rule of 90. So we all know the rule of 80 for white tees. So it'll be just a rule of 90 for the silver tee.
Brad, is that 55 and over now, or is it 50 and over?
Still 55.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you turn 55 in that calendar year, you are eligible to play. So
They have an 85 with the older category.
silver tees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then moving on to men's club championship. So that's going to stay the same this year. We're going to do it that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is only for the championship flight for that black tee. So
Yep. So black team play, yeah, the 54, like Brett's saying, right? They'll play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every other division will just play Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. Easy enough. So one event that we did not have last year that we are going to bring back is our annual horse race. So that is going to happen on September 12th. So I know for some of you guys who may not have played in that, it's a great event. 18-hole stroke play. You go out, then we take the lowest 10 gross scores, match them up with the low 10 net scores. You play as a two-man team in a shootout afterwards for the overall trophy. In conjunction with that, we are going to bring back the Bridgewater Woodland or Challenge Invitational, whatever you want to call that. So we are going to take the top 6 gross scores and the top 6 net scores, and they will get the first right of refusal for the spots on that team to go over and play against Woodland.
Correct.
From the horse race, yes.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's just a one-day event. And then yes. Yeah, the low 6 gross players and the low 6 net.
Not one inch, just playing at Woodland, not one there, one here.
It's the
sorry.
home and home.
Yeah.
The same setup as we have in years past. And then one more event that we're bringing back this year is our one-day member guest, the Battle for the Bridge.
What is it?
It's September 24th, so that's a Thursday. So we're going to bring back that one-day member guest that we have done in the past. So it's going to be, one best ball of you and your partner, and come out. We'll take the top however many teams we decide and go out, in a shootout and battle it out. So it's a great event. It's awesome just to be able to do that, kind of to supplement the back end of the year for you guys.
Well, that is our 2026 event schedule. One thing that we didn't highlight, we are going to have our multi-vendor fitting day again. That's going to be on May 8th. So that'll be on a Saturday from 12 to 5. Going to have all the big manufacturers out here. We'll have, again, more information coming on that, but would love for you all to be a part of that. Moving on now from our tournament side, we're going to jump into a quick little handicap update. First thing I want to update you all on is with the golf course going through the renovation we did, we are going to be re-rated this spring. So we're slated to for the raters to come out in early April. They'll go out, take their measurements, do everything that they do to rate the golf course, and should have everything buttoned up pretty quickly right after that, so that we can have new scorecards by the time opening day hits. We're also super excited to unveil a new set of tees, part of our forward tee initiation movement, we'll say. It's going to be the yellow tees. So these are going to have their own separate tee box, the new tee boxes that went in. They're on holes 4, 6, 7, and 9, 10, 12, and 16. So then on the other 11 holes, they'll be sharing a tee box with the green tees, but just doing this as a way to have the golf course more playable for everybody. The Packer tees, we have joked about that. One last thing too, we are going to be using Cat Patrol again this year. We'll be using it. You might get an email. All that email says is just a reminder to post scores after a round. So if you played a round that day and you were on our tee sheet over on the championship golf course and forgot to post a score, don't worry about it. You get an email from Cat Patrol. And again, this is not never a targeted email. This goes out to everybody. And so we're not trying to target anybody. Don't want anyone to get that idea. It's more just the broad sweep. Would love to go over our City of Westfield cart policies. Would love to have Mr. Dart come up and walk us through this, as he's going to be our expert on this area.
Yeah.
Hey.
Take it.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Appreciate that. Thanks, Jack and Brett, for letting me speak for just a couple of minutes on the golf cart policy. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm John Dart. I'm your city council representative for District 1. So the majority of you that live in and around the golf course, I represent you in the city. And I've been intimately involved in the golf cart policy because it went into effect officially on November 1st, but we've been working on it for over a year. And we're pretty excited that we've been able to update this policy and make it really something that the majority of residents in Westfield can enjoy. So the first thing is that it went into effect November 1st, but the key thing is that all carts need to be re-registered. I don't think that the city really required you to register your cart last year because we knew we were going to make a change, but you need to re-register your cart. And with that, there will be 2 stickers from the city of Westfield required, one on each side of the cart. And that sticker will also have a number on it. So it's kind of like your license plate for your golf cart. It'll be the way for somebody to identify your golf cart if you're violating any of the ordinances. But if you're a Bridgewater member and have a cart, you live in the community, they've taken the city sticker, which actually will go on the inside of this, and the Bridgewater sticker is a round one, and it's on the outside. So you're not going to have 4 stickers on your cart. Mike and the team here have done a fabulous job of incorporating the city sticker with the Bridgewater sticker. So it doesn't matter which one you have on first, quite frankly, you'll just be able to incorporate both of them. All right, but you do need to re-register.
Yeah, and one thing just to clarify, this was for our trail fee carts.
Oh, yes.
Get this, it'll be on both sides as well, just like the quote unquote license plate from the city, right?
Yep. So the cost for getting your stickers from the city is $100. Okay. And that'll be good for 2 years. So if you register your cart in the beginning of 2026, anytime in 2026, it'll take you through the end of 2027. After that 2-year period, you'll need to register your cart again, but the cost will be $50. The city made the decision to charge $100 the first time around because we need to put up additional signage in the city on the paths. We're going to stripe some more of the streets so that we can put up golf cart crossings and just, print some material. And that additional cost is being used for this. Registration can be done. So you can register your cart just like you have in years past right here at the golf course. We're going to set up a couple of dates here, probably in March and April to get that done. However, if you're traveling a lot and can't get to one of the events here to have your cart registered, you can contact the Westfield Police Department and they'll come to your house and do it for you. Okay? Which is fantastic. And actually, I think in the Bridgewater newsletter, you actually have the contact information for the Westfield Police Department to come out and do that. Okay? Key thing when you're registering your cart, make sure everything's operational and make sure that you have liability insurance. Those are the key things. Nothing's really changed there. Okay? Really key here, as soon as the weather breaks, the Westfield Police Department is going to start enforcing these new policies and ordinance within the city. So carts need to be registered and, with updated equipment guidelines, they're going to start enforcing underage driving, right? So you have to have a valid driver's license to be operating a golf cart. Okay, simple as that. You can't be a parent or a grandparent in the passenger seat and let a 12-year-old drive the cart. You have to have a driver's license to drive a cart. And they will start giving you citations if you don't. It's $100 for the first citation. 200, 150 for the second and $300 for the third. We hope that doesn't happen. Also, speeding. They're going to watch speeding. So make sure you watch that. And of course, carts with a lot of kids hanging off them. If a cart's designed for 4 people, that's how many people you can have on a golf cart. And I know a lot of young people like to get on a golf cart, come over to the pickleball courts, come over to the pool, but they're going to start enforcing that. And we're just hoping that you communicate that to your family members. Carts are now permitted on the Midland Trail, on the entire Midland Trail. You used to be able to be on the Midland Trail from Cary Road to downtown. Now you can take the Midland Trail from Gray Road all the way to downtown. Golf carts are also permitted on any of the blacktop paths around the city. There's probably 60 or 70 miles of blacktop paths around the city. While carts were on that in the past, it wasn't legal. They've actually legalized it now. And so any blacktop paths in the city, you can ride your golf cart on. Keep in mind that concrete paths, if there's a concrete sidewalk, that's not legal. Okay, so keep them off the concrete. And any city street in the city of Westfield that has a speed limit of 25 miles an hour or less, you can legally take your golf cart. Okay? So city streets, 25 miles an hour or less, and any blacktop paths or the Midland Trace Trail, it's 15 miles an hour. That's the max speed. And there will be signage up on the Midland Trace Trail with the speed limits. Okay? And then the last thing is, we've got a couple of brochures up here on all of the policies and guidelines for golf carts. In fact, if you open it up, there's a map in here and it shows every street and path in the city where carts are allowed. It is a maze to look at it. But the key thing is to come up here if you want.
Yep.
And you can scan the QR codes. There's a QR code for the policies, a QR code for the map, and a QR code for maintenance. If you see any maintenance needs on a path in the city, you can report it and they'll come out and make the repairs. Okay? Any questions? Yes, Steve. You can go right on the Midland all the way to Gray Road.
Gray Road.
Yeah. So I'm saying anywhere from Gray Road on the eastern part of the city, all the way to downtown. Okay, you can't take the Midland past US 31.
Can't go fast, bro.
Correct. Yeah. If you go past Gray, then you're into Noblesville. Yeah, and yes.
And he also, stickers said that they're gonna have the days in March and April here at Bridgewater. Are they gonna start enforcing the law prior to that? Like if I go out there tomorrow's night, I go out there, would they give me a ticket?
Yeah, they're actually officially November 1st is when the ordinance went into place. They would officially start enforcing it. However, nobody's driving golf carts right now. Oh, well, you. All right, most people aren't driving golf carts right now, most people. And the police department are not, on their carts because they're going to have some carts on the trails and they're going to probably be on some bicycles as well. They're not doing that right now. When the weather breaks, that's really when they'll start enforcing it. Okay. Yeah.
Now, throw that one away, let them all get this combo sticker.
Yes. Yes.
Can you also remind them that they can be arrested for operating while intoxicated on their golf cart if they are intoxicated? Hey, Jim, I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
That is true.
That is true. And you want to give them your phone number now? Yes.
We do have a lot of underage driving.
Yes.
Is this? I don't want to be that guy where I'm calling somebody to report somebody.
Yes.
But what's the process? Is there something we can do when you see it? Literally the other day, I saw a 12-year-old, I bet, driving and I thought, that is.
Give me
just
that
not
the
right.
sticker again or that. Oh, so on the sticker, that's in here.
Okay.
That's from the city. It'll have a number. So it'll be number 16542.
Okay.
And that's your identification. So so you could call the police department and say, there was a golf cart, here's the cart number, and report a violation. versus you saying, well, there's a guy in a green golf cart with a black top.
Right.
You're not gonna know that. So that's why we asked to have a sticker on both sides of the cart versus the front or the back.
Yeah.
Most people can see it on each side of the cart. Yeah, you don't want to be that bad guy, but you don't want people violating and,
Didn't hurt one.
yeah, getting hurt. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, little golf course update. Love to invite Mike, Caleb, and Jim on up to the front. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before Tim takes the floor here, many of you know that this is a big transitional year for a lot of reasons. One of which, the biggest one here is Jim. This will be his last full year of operation. And, the good thing is we have all year to celebrate that because you will see him.
Let's start tonight.
Yeah. But so, that's why the full applause and praise will be a little bit delayed here. But Jim will be full time with the club to get the golf course open. And then hopefully you have an opening in some of your foursomes, because the goal is that starting in June, he's going to enjoy this amazing golf course that he worked so hard for. But yeah. But June through December, we'll still be involved in the operation. We'll still be here. And, really more to help support Caleb in this transition. Even though in the end of the day, Caleb's been here for 13 seasons. Has been preparing for this. We've known about this transition for 5+ years. That's when we started this transition plan or succession plan. But yeah, so Jim's going to be here for the end of the season. And then we'll see, right? Maybe he wants to play more golf. So, but officially this month, Caleb is now taking over the day-to-day operations of the golf course. He did a great job. He got it open yesterday. So he's off to a good start. But really, I mean, many of you have gotten to know Caleb now. Obviously, he said he's been the assistant or lead assistant for 13 years. He's an amazing individual, hardworking, finished first in his class at Rutgers in the turf grass program when he went back to school a number of years ago. And again, like I said, been preparing for this, was obviously intimately involved in the renovation. We tried to dig up all the bodies out there, but you can't dig them all up. So he knows where all the bodies are buried. He knows where all the hot spots are. He knows where all the challenges are. And he's going to do an amazing job because he already has. So Caleb, congratulations. And looking forward to a great year. All right. Ready to golf course?
Yeah, I'll talk about the project and what we still have to finish. First of all, good evening, fellas. Thanks for showing up and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
The winter went really good for us. It's right before it got cold, we got a nice blanket of snow. So it acted like an insulator. So it protected what we had out there, which was almost perfect. It's been a pretty early spring. Obviously, it's February and we're playing golf. Caleb, damn it. So the golf course, the 18 holes came out really, really good for the wintertime. We're really happy with it. The greens came out really nice. You guys may notice some netting around the greens. We kind of did that for the squirrels. They were kind of killing us and digging for their nuts and whatnot. And so we put some protection out there. It's worked out really good. So depending on the weather and how the weather looks, long-term forecast or short-term, I'll say in a couple of weeks, we'll probably start mowing some stuff, mowing greens, top dressing, start the process of lowering the grass, lowering the height, and getting ready for a September open, right, Mike? Is that? A Memorial Day week. So here's a couple things we still got remaining to do out there. We weren't able to fill all the bunkers. We still have 5 bunkers still remaining, the 5 toughest ones to do on 12 green and approach, and then 15. We really can't get our material handler out there. We can dump it into the bunker, but it's all handwork, moving it back and forth. And then after that, we still need to kind of go through the existing bunkers that we've added sand to. We kind of need to top those off. If they have settled on us, we're looking for 4 inches of sand coming into the springtime. After that, we need to remove some soil piles on the golf course that we still got piled out there, left of 3, right of 5, 8 green, between 11 and 17. We'll take care of those. Some of those piles we'll use as top dressing because it was sand mix from last year. So we'll kind of use that material. Some material between 11 and 17 we'll have to lose and maybe kind of haul off site a little bit. We still have a lot of overseeding to do in the rough. All of our haul roads, all of the areas that we're going to remove the piles, we still need to kind of clean those up and throw some seed down. We still have a couple of semi-loads of fescue sod to lay along the fairways where we sold some bent to move into the approaches, left of 3, beginning of 6, beginning of 12 fairway. Those shouldn't take very long at all to do that. We also need to lay some more fescue sod around 1T, the putting green. Now that that's finished, between 12 and 6, we're going to lay some sod because that's a in-play area, and probably a left of 18 green because it's the last thing you guys see on the way home. Speaking of number 1T and the putting green, we're going to re-asphalt from the road up to the small putting green and from the bridge on. And we're going to take that all the way to 1 green. So it'll be a brand new look. Okay. We still need to continue to spray the bent grass out of the rough that we killed last fall. It was 4 apps last fall that we did. We still need to do 2 apps to get anything that's kind of lingering bent grass wise. That's 40 acres. That's going to take a little time, obviously. When it comes to the areas that we sodded around those greens, around the approaches, we still need to aerify, top dress, fill in those voids, fill in those seams so they're ready to go in May. Also, some of the new bent grass fairways that we have, right of 1, right of 12, we enlarged, right of 13. We still need to kind of, right of 16, we still need to kind of top dress those, aerify them, and smooth those out as well. Holes number 8 and 15, those brand new tees we built on the par 3 tees. We need to kind of get those ready, top dress them again, smooth them out, level them out, get them ready for play. And then, like I said at the beginning, when it comes to the greens, we'll probably start, like I said, next week, if the weather cooperates, we'll start getting out there mowing. The more you mow, the more it spreads, and that's what we want. So we'll start lowering the height, throwing sand down to fill any of the voids, which will smooth them out. And when they start firming up, we'll do a little rolling. I mean, it's kind of a see what the weather brings, and we'll kind of react to it. So Mother Nature, as always, kind of rules the roost, and we'll kind of adjust after that. So that's pretty much all I got. Any questions? Yes, sir. You know, I've looked into a company that has a asphalt grinder, and I'd like to get them in here for half a day or day. We got some little sections that we can smooth out and do stuff like that. So yes, we are.
Is there still a little more, are you taking out any more trees or anything down the golf course side on 3? I know it's done, it looks like halfway down.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
So I had some notes on this one. So the creek on 3, that restoration hasn't fully, it's going to be a 3 to 5 year, but we do have quite a bit of work this spring. Initially, what we'll do is there's that island out there, the first island that we kind of trimmed up so you could see through it. And then there's a second, I guess, peninsula. And our goal is there's a large sycamore tree just at the beginning of the fairway on the golf course side. We're going to start with a bank restoration project, which will start there and run 300 feet up through the second peninsula. So what you're going to do is your drive will now be in play to a finished edge that will not erode.
it'll have a finished look and be sodded down to the water. So that is going to be the start of what we hope to be turning that piece of property or that feature on our property into a very highlighted piece of, piece of property versus where the undergrowth was. So we'll start there. And then as we do that, we're going to continue to take trees out along there until it becomes, we're no longer in play, right? And we want to leave a little bit of a screen from the walking trail. So this first year is going to be a little harsh, but as we continue this process, it's going to be baby steps after the first initial, that clean slate that we've started with, if that makes sense.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Very good on the golf ball.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
I get to.
Sure.
I'll answer. Yeah.
Sure.
Our goal with the project was we didn't initially have this in there and we discussed it as a group. And with Tim Liddy, when we got to this position, our goal is to get you off of that cart path 90% of the time. But it is such a hard area because there's one way on and one way off. So what we discussed with Mike was we opened up that left-hand side past the bunker. We took out a large tree. We've got some more durable turf there. This first year is going to be hard because your only way off is over new sod that is not even a year old. So what we're going to ask from the membership on a daily basis is this is across the whole property. If it looks like it's new sod, don't drive on. And if everybody can try that, we're going to save the asset. And that means we don't have to put out a bunch of ropes and stakes. So the answer, hopefully no. It'll be how the golf course responds to traffic. If the cart traffic is killing turf, we're going to get you back on the path. If our plan works and we can give you multiple avenues in and off, then we'll open that back up. Correct. So yes, we removed the largest one and in the process, I think we marked 3 to 5 that we're still going to continue to see what the sunlight looks like to open up some more alleys over there short of the bunker on the left-hand side. So yeah, I mean, it is our goal to get you onto the fairway and moving. That's the goal.
Anybody else?
Your thoughts on limiting the number of carts and forcing.
Take that. No, it's okay. It's on the slide. Yeah.
I will,
Hold on.
I'll defer to Mike. I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But all in all, like I said, the golf course came out in really good shape over the winter time. We couldn't be more than happy with it.
Yeah.
When are we targeting opening? Still Memorial Day or April 1st?
Yeah, I'll slide in and I'll head back through.
I want to say one thing, Jim. So we've kind of all, we've all been in the room talking about this and this opening and the project and everything, right? And we want you guys to understand, and we know you understand it, but this first year with these green surfaces, we have to protect them, right? They're going to be better than they were consistently in the past, just because of the new varieties and the ability to do certain things. But we're not going to do all those things on year one, because the worst thing we can do is hold you guys off for the project, do things that then stunt 2026 and give you a bad year. And then we're crawling into 27. This year is going to be get these plants prepared, give you it's going to be a great golf course. It's going to be conditioned well. You're going to enjoy it, but it's not going to reach its full potential until 2027. So everybody in the room knows that, and then it's easy peasy, right? We put the plants first, your experience is next, and then in 2027, we flip it. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. That's it for Jan.
All right, so let's dive into some reopening policies for 2026. First off, first thing that we'll say is before our golf course opens, if you have any desire to play reciprocal golf courses anywhere else, any private clubs, please come to any of the professional staff and we'd be more than happy to make a phone call, email, text, whoever it might be, to make sure that we can get you all out playing golf. It's a priority for us. And so it's something that we value. As far as opening day, we had the question. Our opening day will be announced on May 1st. Again, opening day is not May 1, but on May 1, we will yeah, not yet. We just have to get through winter. We have to get through the rest of, yeah. Just got to get through the rest of this spring winter season that we have right now, and then meet with Caleb and Jim, see what they really think is the best time to open this golf course. Last thing we want to do is do something too early that causes any damage. Like all the hard work that they put in, we don't want to be in vain. So both guest play and opening play will be announced on May 1st. So we'll also say what our guest policies are going to be for the year and everything like that. When we do announce the day, again, we don't know the day, we're not hiding information, but when we do, our opening weekend will be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we will have multiple shotguns per day. We're going to have signups be done through Golf Genius. The reason that we're doing Golf Genius rather than our North Star is because then we'll be able to make sure that everyone that wants to play will be able to play. So when you're filling out your form on Golf Genius to sign up, we're going to ask that you put your first, second, and third preference of playing that weekend. That way we can make sure we accommodate the most amount of people as possible. If it allows and we can allow you to play multiple times that weekend, we'd love that, but we want to prioritize the masses first. And so we hope that you understand that for both for yourself and for your fellow member to be able to make sure everybody gets a fair crack at that opening weekend. Again, another little policy we're going to have for our reopening is our tee time booking process. So when we do go live with the tee sheet, we'll have 5 days in advance rather than our typical 14. The reason we're doing this is just to be able to have a hand on the wheel in case something happens. We can be able to trim a few things as needed, but we don't anticipate that, but we just wanted to put that in there as a little safety guard. And then on June 15th, this is when we're going to reopen Choose Up time blocks. We're going to reopen ladies golf leagues, and that's when our tournament schedule is going to kick off. So until then, we're going to have our hands off the tee sheet, right? Let the members get out and play your golf course. That's priority number one. But then once we get to June 15th, then we'll start back to what'll feel a little bit more like a normal operation from that standpoint. All right. Sliding into Mike next. Yep.
Okay. I said that I think it's appropriate that I take on this one. Jack's doing a great job. He's brand new. We want to be all positive for all of you. Jim's worked really hard, and so I figured this is probably the best one. Look, this all comes down to the golf course. That we are going to restrict to 2 carts until July 1. And the reason for that is to ensure that the 40 plus acres of newly seeded areas, the 10 plus acres of sod can survive. I will tell you that even that is not a perfect answer. We don't have a crystal ball and determines, okay, that's the date it's going to work. We think that that'll allow enough spring and early summer grow in for things to get established. I will tell you that a lot of golf courses that we talked to, Colonial, Scioto, oh boy, they were super restrictive for the entire first season. Cart path only the entire season. 80 rounds a day kind of thing. You'd play golf once a month if it was 80 rounds a day. So what we said is, okay, look, we're going to try to do our best to find the right balance of getting everybody access. We know the lifestyle is important, but we also know that, taking care of the golf course is number one. And so, and on July 1st, we'll evaluate it. During that time, we absolutely want your feedback. Somebody may say, it ain't that bad. Somebody may say, oh my gosh, when is July 1st going to be here? So we want that feedback in all fairness. And we want you to look at it through a different lens. How does the golf course look? How does the fairways look? How's the rough look? So, but we feel that this is the right balance to ensure that we can get past the initial growing. So that'll be 2 carts up until July 1st. Questions? So we already have a lower trail fee this year. It'll be $975 versus 2 years ago was $1,100. So it will be a smaller trail fee. But
Is that enough?
my guess is probably no. Because nobody wants to pay anything, so.
You're asking us to double that, which is
Mhm.
fine. and
Yeah.
maybe for longer. But also, a lot of us object to the fact that if we have a member or a guest come, we're charged for our guest fee on a car.
So we're looking at that right now.
It's good.
And
12 years.
I didn't want to commit to that at this meeting. And so the next meeting, we'll have all of those reopening policies, including guests and including carts. If I had to give a little sneak peek, I think we're gonna get rid of that. Okay, so we're gonna have an opportunity where if you have a guest, they won't pay a cart fee in there. Now, on the flip side, we have some other things that counterbalance that a little bit, but not to the same extent. No, I mean, it won't affect you. Let's put it, the counterbalance won't affect you. But so we're in the, we'll say we're 70% through where we need to be able to finalize that policy. So,
How about
John.
So, I think we all want the course to look beautiful.
Mhm.
We all don't want it to deal with the course being, we don't want it to do it, but like, I'm just thinking, a lot of time I get off work and, I have 5, 6 buddies here. Hey, we're on 3, come and join this. Will you guys be like picking us up, say at our house and dropping us off to their car? And I'm not joking, like, how do we deal with the people that need to leave?
It's a fair question. A lot of golf operations will do that. You come up here, we'll give you a ride out, drop you off, and you're good to go.
Okay.
That's how most operations do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how.
Yeah, I have no problem doing that at all.
Yeah. So very normal to do that.
Maybe get off the word.
John.
Until July 1st, maybe incentivize people to walk.
Yeah.
And it would also encourage people to maybe take a caddy, which I think if you're having a caddy program, it would encourage more caddies to come out. So let's get people out walking, do healthier activities. And incentivize a walker with free drinks.
Yes, we're getting warmer.
All right, what else? What other comments on the 2 cards? Because again, this is the elephant in the room. That's why I wanted to take it head on. So. Andy.
It goes back to the way it has been.
That is the plan, but we will evaluate it at that point. In addition to member feedback at that point. I will tell you, there is one asterisk up here, I think, the second line there. On the counter of this, the other side of this is, August, September can be stressful. Dry conditions. We still have this 40 acres of newly seeded turf. We may have to implement a week or 2 here or there where we could go back to 2 carts. So it could be a toggle on, toggle off situation. That's where we're going to kind of, like I said, evaluate it through June. Hopefully everything's great. Boom, we're back to normal. Unless there's 80% of you come to me and say, "Hey, why are we doing this? I've never seen the golf course look so good. Why would we go back?" I mean, I don't want to totally throw that out the window, because honestly, the feedback that we get is super important. And we absolutely respect that, for some, I mean, my first advisory board meeting 13 years ago, I came here and I was like, man, why are so many carts out here? And the message I got is take my firstborn, but don't take my cart. So look, for 13 years, we've been good about that. But for this right now, this is about getting this golf course healed in. So your question, I think I understand, your question is going to be, is it the pounds per square inch that a 2-person cart offers, or 2 people in a cart, versus So it's 4 wheels with more pounds per square inch or 8 wheels going over. I actually don't know that answer. I don't know the answer.
Well,
I mean,
chime in here.
Yeah, well, I'll,
It's-
if I know.
It's a numbers game, right? If you say we do 30,000 rounds, if we have 15,000 rounds on cards or 30,000 rounds on cards,
But the cards-
it's weight is, I mean, say it's an empty card, so what? I mean, a card traffic's card traffic. And what happens on a golf course is people tend to go the same way. They just do, right? Easiest place on the fairway, easiest place off. So we're just trying to eliminate the wear and tear.
Mechanical wear and tear, which is also us.
Yeah, which is also.
Why he doesn't mow the cleanup lap every time we set the golf course up, because that's just more wear and tear. So that's why he rolls more. Mechanical wear and tear is the #1 issue for turf health. So that's why we're gonna do our part to say, hey, look, and we need you to do your part to respect that we're doing what we can to provide the best possible conditions for everyone.
To exaggerate, you can take 100 cards over a spot, and it takes it, with the fucking, gonna make more damage than 100 cards.
Not necessarily. Those tractors are designed. Yeah, they're designed with high flotation tires. So
Well,
right, cool.
again, Steve, it's a numbers game. So our tractor does go over a path twice. We're trying to eliminate the number, right? To us, it's a numbers. It's a pounds per square inch on a cart path made by carts, right? It's not. And not only that, but it's newly sodded paths, right? So we're just trying to eliminate the numbers. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, you sod your yard and man, it looks great, but invite your closest 20,000 friends over. See how, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but
yeah.
it makes a difference. Our traffic, wear and tear makes a difference. And the bad thing is by the time we see it, it's kind of too late.
Mhm.
And now we're playing defense. And now we're trying to rope things off and get it back and we don't.
Sure, that theory is too aggressive. That's all.
Give me 1 second. It has, we worked it out a little bit. So you're talking about, the research we've done is 180 pounds is what they're calling the average human. So you add that to the weight of your cart. And the carts that we've looked at range anywhere from 950 to 1200. So you have that single seater and you add the 180 plus 30 pounds for the bag. And then, so let's get to 1400 is our number with one person. We add in, let's call it 200. So we're at a 7. That's about 11%. So you're adding 11% by adding the second person into that cart versus 100% at 1400 pounds and 100% at 1400 pounds. So now we have 2800 pounds over 8 tires versus 1600 pounds over 4. The footprint is much, much smaller with 2 people in one car because it's spread out over 4 tires. Now, that's the numbers that we're talking about. We can get into those, but what we see as is if you cut it in half immediately, we just know we're 50% less. That's the easy math. It's hard, and we've looked into it because we want your guys' experience to be as good as the golf course. I promise you, we're on your side. And we have the opportunity to get this in a place with this new, like Jim said, you see tire tracks on sod, it's done. So we pull it out, we resod it, and we're a year behind where we should be. So that is, it's a short term, and then hopefully our goal is in 27 carte launch, or 80% say, hey, sorry, Steve, you're the 20%. This is a democracy. So, I mean, that's where we're at. And it's nothing, it is all on data and it is all on quantitative, like looking at turf. Like that's qualifiable. That turf is stressed out because we drive too many carts over it on and on. So.
All right. So we all know the message. We all know the reason. We all know the dates, and it's out there. There you go. Okay. Guest passes. Once again, with the shortened season, we will have 1 guest pass going out this year with no restriction again. Next year, we'll look to go back to 2 with no restrictions. We used to have 3, but they were heavily restricted, right? And so it seemed to be that the feedback was more positive that, heck, I can use the same time. I can use it on a holiday, I can use it Friday morning. So the goal is by 27, when we're kind of returning to normal, we'll go back to 2 guest passes. Yes. There it is. Look at that. Next one. We were cutting our outings in half. And so, and that'll be something we say, so no. Yeah. So, cut in half, and that's made standard now moving forward. So, which is great. Okay, last little thing, or last 2 things, the bridge, I figured while we're up here, is, obviously that's a huge setback, but every day we're working on it and what the plan's gonna be, working through the insurance claim, trying to figure out what we need, what can we get done? Most notably, I think we can get a bridge done. That's a pretty important piece of the puzzle. The first couple companies were like 8 months out. I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. So it looks like right now we're getting really close to being able to have confirmation to be able to get a bridge built. As far as rebuilding a structure on that bridge or a halfway house off the bridge, that won't happen by May 1st. It's just between getting it designed, getting it permitted. Oh, John can help us though, but getting it permitted, getting it lined up. It just lines up too close to opening day. And I don't want to have a bunch of construction out there and cars and trucks going back and forth, in June and July when you're trying to enjoy your brand new golf course. So we will work on some temporary options, some short-term options to make sure you're all taken care of with food and beverage. If anything, it may result in the brand new Bev cart being out there 7 days a week. So we're kind of working that plan right now. But anyway, so that's what's going on the bridge. The good news is officially as of today, where's Caleb? It's cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yep, the mess is done. So it's impressive that they got that site cleaned up. Actually, Thieneman Construction lives there off the left-hand side of 18. Was the one we contracted with. They did a great job. So getting it done. So anyway, last thing is I want to end with here is this is pretty neat. This was given to the club last week in recognition for the Folds of Honor event that we did in August of last year. And it was given to the club, but I'm presenting, I want all of you to see this because this is for you. You all did this. It's really impressive. In 45 days, you as a membership got together and raised $108,000 for the Indiana Folds of Honor. That's unbelievable. That's their #1 fundraiser in the state of Indiana. You make up, I think, 25 or 30% of their total fundraising for the entire year. I mean, that's impressive. So with that, what's really unbelievable is as amazing as the support was, and I don't have the exact number, but I think it was about 25 or 30% of the total platinum members, but only about 15% of the total club membership was able to get behind it. So I think that this year, there's a real opportunity to even take this to another level. And they're getting behind it. They're supporting us. They want to make this event even more impressive. And like Jack said, they're going to have our recipients come in. They're going to say a few things. We may get some Blackhawks in here, which would be pretty cool. We may get a flyover on Friday night. So some cool things like that. I'm talking about having an honor guard here at the Friday night event. So all these like neat things we're trying to get done that, and they're absolutely totally behind it because, this is obviously supporting the fallen veterans, their family that survives and awarding them scholarships. So again, this is yours and I wanted you to see this because it was unbelievable. I mean, probably the most, of all the things that I've done professionally, easily a top 5, maybe one of the most rewarding things that I would be a part of. So thank you for that. All right. I don't know. Thank you. Maybe in here. Yeah. So, okay. I think that's it for me.
Just got a couple things.
Great.
A couple more things we'll wrap up real quick. Hole in One Club will go back on this year. If you have any interest in joining that, please contact me or Brett. We'll be able to get you set up. But basically what that is if you hit a hole in one, you get it's our hole in one insurance more or less. But anytime a member of the Hole in One Club hits a hole in one, everyone in the club gets billed the $5. Member that hit it gets that as their protection. And then everyone else gets the drink. Yes, sir.
If you were in last year,
Yep, you're in. Unless you want out, you'll be assumed to be back in. I will put that on my list to do. I assume you got one last year? Oh, okay. Well, great. Yeah, I will, we'll put that on the list. Two more quick things. This year, we're just asking if you or your guests are coming here and dropping clubs off, would love to have us use our bag drop just a little bit more than we have in the years past. That's on us. That's on both of us, right? It's our responsibility to have it staffed to make sure somebody's there so that when you pull up, they can get your bag out. So that's what we're asking, a little two-way street there. And then going off what Mr. Dart said, those tentative cart dates need to confirm these, but we're looking for somewhere late April, early May, probably going to have both of those dates. And that's where we'll be able to get those carts certified and then get your trail fee stickers as well.
So by the second one, the clubs.
We'll see what the weather deals us. All right, so before we get into our vendor presentation, love to open the floor for any questions. Yeah.
So we can start.
There we are.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He just wants to know Cali.
Is there a caddy program?
I'm looking into it. It's on my list. I think that we would like to have a caddy program in some capacity. I need to sit down and nail down what it's going to look like. But I think that it would be a great offering both to the caddies and to the club. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, I'd like to invite up my rep, Titleist rep, Eric Childers. Well, yes, as a proud Titleist staffer, welcome Eric Childers for a quick presentation.
Good job. That's right. Wow, good job. Eric Childers, I'm local Titleist sales rep. Thank you, all of you guys, for having me. I mean, who's got it better than you guys? You got a great staff, great new course opening May 1st, and they even bring